Greetings, book nerds! I'm here to tell you about a really exciting reading challenge I'm about to start. This is actually something that I've done for the last 2 years. This will be the third time I'm partaking in this challenge, but it's really a fun one, so I keep doing it year after year after year. For this challenge, I have 4 of my friends roam the young adult section of the library and each pick out 4 books. The only stipulations are they have to be books that I haven't read before, and each person is only allowed to choose 1 book from a series because I can't grow my TBR by that much in 1 month. I can't handle that. So I limit it to 1 series per 1 person, just to limit the amount of books added to my TBR just by a little bit. After all 16 books are chosen, my sister then arranges them into a fancy book bracket where the books compete against one another, which I will definitely be showing you guys really soon here. I think that's about all you guys need to know. So let's head to the library and check out some brand new books for me to read in my annual book bracket 2026 edition. Alrighty, the books have all been chosen, so now it's time to take a look at all of them. All 4 of my friends choose them anonymously, so I don't know whose is who. That's part of the fun, trying to deduct which ones of my friends chose them, but I leave that more towards the end. You might have noticed that there's only 15 books here rather than 16 because someone actually chose a book that was like the second arc of a series, and the first book in the series wasn't physically at the library at the moment, but they owned it, so we said it was good enough and we just requested it and it will be coming in soon. But yeah, I'll show you a little bit of what I have going on here. So the first book is You Don't Have a Shot by Raquel Marie, and it looks like a lesbian sports romance, specifically soccer, and I think it looks really cute. I've actually never heard of this book nor the author, so that should be an interesting new read for me. And then we have Date Me, Bryson Keller, which will be the one that will be paired up against this one. And this one is a gay romance of some kind, and that's all I know about it. So once again, I go in blind. I don't read back books, so everything is a brand new experience for me. So those 2 will be pitted against one another. Next up, we have Lost in the Neverwoods by Aiden Thomas, which Aiden Thomas is actually an author that I really enjoy. So this one has my brain really thinking about who chose it, because some of them know that I love Aiden Thomas and some of them don't, but it could have still just been a random person pick. But anyway, I'm super excited to read this one. It's the only Aiden Thomas book I haven't read thus far, so definitely exciting. That one will be pitted against City of Saints and Thieves. This one I honestly also know nothing about, besides it's by Natalie C. Anderson, who I haven't ever heard of. So these 2 will be going against each other in the bracket. And then we have The Astonishing Color of After, which this one I've heard is really sad and moving. So this one has me very, very interested. I love me a good cry, so definitely excited for this one. That one will be competing against 28 Days, a novel of resistance in the Warsaw Ghetto. So Holocaust novel versus another really sad book. So I feel like a pretty solid matchup. Next is The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. This one is a sci-fi, and it's the first in a duology. That one will be competing against Shuna's Journey, which is actually a manga by the creator of Studio Ghibli, which is really exciting. So very intrigued for this one too. Next up, we have The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. This one is also gay romance. Don't know much more about it. It looks like it could be sci-fi, but it also could just be a very contemporary book. I'm unsure. That one will be competing against The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean. Honestly, this one, I honestly have no idea. This one I think could lean in many different genres. It could be romance. It could be honestly, it could be a thriller, it could be a murder mystery. I really don't know what it is. Either way, this one should be a really fun matchup. Well, this one's a little unique. This one is Dear My Medusa by Olivia A. Cole and Million Quiet Revolutions by Robin Gao. These two are both verse novels, so they're written in like poetry format, which I love. And I've actually read a book by both of these authors, and I rated her book 4 stars and their book 5. So I'm really excited for this matchup too, because they're both authors that I've read and enjoyed in the past. Next up, we have Witches Steeped in Gold, which this one is really thick. I think this is the chunkiest book on this TBR. It's also the first in a duology. And this one is being paired up against Ember in the Ashes. And, you know, it's a really popular series, so it makes sense why it wasn't actively at the library at the moment. One of my friends grabbed Air, which is the spin-off series that is set in the same world as that series. So that's the one that's in transit right now. And then last but not least, we have A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft and Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. These two are both other books that I've been eyeing for a long time, so also has me intrigued about who picked them. But yeah, it's like an Asian fantasy, and then I honestly don't remember if this, but I think this one's like kind of like a magical historical novel, which should be really fun. But yeah, those are the 16 book selections for the bracket this year, and honestly, I think it's gonna be the best bracket that I've ever participated in. The quality of the books looks a lot higher than especially last year's. Last year's was a little suspicious, but I think this year is going to be a really solid reading experience. I think I'm going to start out by reading You Don't Have a Shot, the lesbian sports romance. The Olympics I've been on, I think it's like just has me in more of a sports mood. And the last book I just finished was also a fantasy book, which I want to put at least one contemporary book between my fantasy consumption. So I think I'm gonna start this one. And before I start doing that, I want to show you guys the bracket, which I will put up here on the screen, and it will have all of the different book options, so you guys can put in your best guess of who you think will win, or any other comments that you have about the books. If you've read any, I would love to hear your thoughts, but obviously keep them spoiler free because I haven't read the books yet. But yeah, that's a little intro into my 2026 book bracket, and I hope you guys will continue with me on this journey as I knock off books and figure out which ones are worth reading. So may the best book win. I'll see you next time, book nerds. Bye!